Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Learn from rejection. Now, I've talked about that before, and yeah, rejection doesn't feel like a good thing. Oh, it's a bad thing. It can make you feel whatever. Some guys, they've been dealing with rejection since they were young. You know, that fine woman rejected them. And yeah, I can get deeper into that, but see, here's the thing with rejection. One, it always going to come. I don't care who you are. I don't care how Chad you look, how Tyrone you look, how much like a male model you look, how muscular you are, how much you've been embracing body game, how muscular, how tall, how much money you got, how much status you got. Somebody is going to reject you. Somebody is going to reject you. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. So first of all, just understand that's just a part of life. If a woman rejects you, you already know she ain't for you. But the main thing is you need to learn from the rejection. You know, this tantrum master, he said it best. He said a woman will tell you how far you've come as soon as you step out the door. Understand something. When women reject you, there's a reason. There's a reason. Now remember what I always said. If 20 women reject you, then the only thing they had in common was you. Now you can be sad about it or you can learn from it. You can learn from it. I'll give myself for an example because I went through all this. All the stuff I talk about, I went through it. Women would say, have the same problem with me. The same problem, well, a couple problems. First, the reason why I'm kind of chilled out, and I recommend being chilled out with women, they would say I would come on too strong. I would get rejected because I came on too strong. Now, I didn't get mad, but I learned to chill out a bit more and let the game come to me. Now, that might not work for somebody else, but that was the biggest rejection. I was just going too hard. The women might have had an interest, but I'm going too hard. And see, with many women, you can't go too hard. It didn't work for me. Now, the next man might need to be more aggressive, but you got to see what it is with you. That was one thing. And then, you know, another thing was not paying attention to the women, okay, or not giving them enough time. So I had to learn those things. Now, each one of you, it might be something different. The thing is, you don't get mad. You don't get mad at the woman. It was obviously something in you that she didn't latch on to, you know? Maybe you're not as handsome as you think you are. I'm serious, or maybe I don't know, maybe you getting too much in their face. I talked about this in Nice Guys and Players. The thing is, you gotta learn from each rejection. Learn from it and then adjust. You know, I remember when I was at American University, there was a young lady on the women's basketball team, and it was a big scandal with it. It was a very, very big scandal, because everybody thought she should have been playing. The other players thought she should have got more time. I mean, it was to the point, you know, fans, everything, because she'd go in the game for 1 minute, she'd get a couple rebounds, a block shot, draw a charge, and score a couple points in a minute, and then be taken out the game. People were just like, what the hell? The coach eventually got fired though, but man, that's another conversation, you know? So it was like, what was the problem? And I saw her, never forget, I saw her in the gym one time just practicing 3 free throws by herself. And I said, you know, it's a damn shame what they doing and everything. And I'll never forget what she said. It stuck with me for life. It was one of those things that really stuck with me. She said, I'm gonna make it so that they can't take me out the game. And I was like, man. Yeah, so that was as a sophomore. As a senior, she was all league. I was just like, shit, you know? Look, here's the thing with rejection. You want to build yourself to the point where women can't easily reject you. You want to build yourself. If they're rejecting you off of your appearance, you got control over that. You got control. You can hit the gym. You can let the barber bless you. You can take care of that part. Shoot, you need to have a great presentation anyway, because most women, they making their decision in 3 seconds. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's superficial, and yeah, you still don't want to mess with a woman who's too superficial. But you think about it like this. Let's turn this around. The woman walking down the street, she doing her own thing. She got someplace she got to go. She got to make a quick decision. You walk up and be like, hey, how you doing? She got to make a quick decision. She got to make a quick decision wherever you meet her. Shoot, and shit, and even for some guys who insist on being online, shoot, you really need a great presentation because she's making that decision in less than 3 seconds. She's just swiping. So okay, if you're getting rejected, first of all, whether it's online or in person, you need to have a great presentation. You need to work on your presentation. You need to hit the gym. Now, I've seen some guys talking trash about it, but women like bodies. You need to present your best body, you know? Or if you losing women, like say you meeting the women, but they like friend zoning you. You need to ask yourself, okay, what is it about you? Are they friend zoning? You know? And I'm gonna get more into that this week. I'm gonna get more into that, so I ain't gonna talk about it here, but you need to look at it. You need to ask yourself, what am I doing? See, don't blame the women. See, you get a lot of guys, they'll say something was wrong with the women, but then that means they're not working on themselves. Or they want the women to like them as they are, but apparently that's not working if you're getting constant rejection. Because let's just be real, let's keep it a buck. You want a woman. Ain't no shame in there, it means you're fucking human. It means that you're a human being. It means you're normal. A heterosexual man is going to want some pussy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you need to do what you can to increase your odds of actually getting that pussy. You know? You need to, what are you doing? What are you working on in your personality, your presentation, your mouthpiece? What are you working on? Those things are important. Those things are important. Like every time you get rejected, just kind of sit back and just say, okay, what did I do? What clothes was I wearing? Where was I? How was my approach? Shoot, sometimes you can, if you real lucky, you can get an idea from the woman. Because that's the thing I learned from. Because I had, you know, I be in a social circle and, you know, players, they come back to me and say, yo, man, she thought you were cute, man, but yeah, you coming on like a ton of bricks. I'm like, okay, if you're lucky. Now, if you're not, and most guys, they ain't gonna know, but you can still look at the situation. Every time you get rejected by a woman, look at the situation. It's like, if you, okay, here's an example. So many guys want to get online. What's your presentation online? You might have to change the pictures, get professional pictures done. Nothing wrong with that. And if you're getting rejected in person, or say you manage to get on dates with a woman, you get on the dates, but the dates don't go anyplace. All right, what's going on? Maybe you coming off as a trick or a mark or something, just get money out of. You need to change that. If you're not getting what you want from women and you feeling rejected, you gotta look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you presenting? You gotta look at it all. You gotta ask, okay, what was the situation? What was the type of woman? Which type of women? I talk about tribes. Which women show some interest, which women don't? You gotta look at all of that stuff, but you gotta learn from it. Once you learn from it, you don't make the mistake again. You do as my friend from the basketball team would say. You make it so they can't reject you. And that's how you gotta be. You gotta have that attitude. Like I said, I talk about that in Nice Guys and Players. Every single time you get rejected, you work on yourself and see what you have to do to make sure you don't get rejected again. All right? So I want y'all to think on that, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.